Welcome back to STS. In this video, we're going to solve a system of linear equations using the elimination method. So basically, we have to decide to either get rid of the x variables or the y variables. Let's go ahead and get rid of the x variables. I already have a 4 down here. So this means if I can make this 2 into a negative 4, then I could get rid of the x variables when I add these two equations together. So let's do that. We'll take this first equation, and I'm going to multiply through by using a negative 2. So if I work here to the right, negative 2 times 2x gives me a negative 4x. Negative 2 times a positive 3y gives me a negative 6y. And a negative 2 times a positive 4 gives me a negative 8. And then I rewrite the bottom equation, which is 4x plus 6y is equal to 4. Alright, what I see here now, or actually what I see is both the x and y terms are going to be eliminated. So this here is going to turn out to be 0. Everything on the left of the equal sign is 0. And then to the right I have negative 8 plus 4 to give me a negative 4. And here we see that 0 is equal to negative 4. And that is basically an incorrect statement. It's a false statement. This here is known to be a contradiction or an inconsistent set of linear equations. And to prove that, we're going to graph these. But first, let's put both of these equations in the slope intercept form. So basically, that just means I have to solve for y. Let's start with the first equation here. 2x plus 3y is equal to 4. Let's subtract 2x from both sides. Alright, in doing so, the x terms cancel, and I have 3y is equal to negative 2x plus 4. Again, I like the term with the x first because that puts it closer to the slope intercept. And then I'm going to divide each term by 3. Those 3's cancel, so I have y is equal to negative 2/3 x plus 4/3 for the first equation. And then let's take the second equation. 4x plus 6y is equal to 4. Let's subtract a 4x from both sides. That cancels, leaving me with 6y is equal to negative 4x plus 4. And here I'm going to divide each term by 6. And here I get y is equal to, I got negative 4 6, but that can be simplified down to a negative 2/3. And this 4 6 can also be simplified down to 2/3. Alright, here I notice that both of these equations have a slope of, whoops, I forgot the x here. Both of these equations have a slope of negative 2/3. So that means these two lines will be parallel, which again says that when lines are parallel, they never cross. So I know that I don't have a solution. And again, that's also seen here. We have a contradiction. But let's go ahead and call up the calculator just to prove that fact here. All right, on the calculator, when I press y equals, you'll see that I have both equations input already. Here for the second equation, I didn't simplify these fractions, but they're going to still give us the same result. Let's go ahead and click graph so we can see what happens with these two equations. Here's our first equation, and then our second one should be coming up in red. And here we see that these two equations do not cross. They're actually parallel lines. And let's just do one more thing where we're going to take the slope of each one of these equations to prove that they don't cross. So we're going to press second and then the trace button. Let's go down to number 6, which is the derivative, which is just the slope of a line. So we press 6 here for the blue line. We're just going to press enter, and we see the slope comes out to be a negative 0.667. And then let's do the same thing for the second line. So let's click second and then trace. Let's go down to 6 again. And now let's arrow down to the red line and let's press enter. And again, we see that the slope is the same, the negative 0.667. Alright, well that sums it up for this video by Speller Tutorial Services. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, thank you for watching.